This is Panther. This is our neighborhood mouser. He comes by to see us and demands food most of the time, but he is the greatest mouser we've got around the barn and the house. He has a girlfriend that lives down the road, so he goes to see her a lot. And he likes to tell us about it when he's hungry. This is the rice before it was harvested. I got a picture of this on the way home of the combine harvesting the rice. Usually this is what the roadways look like. This is what the fields look like, the cotton fields in the winter. And now this is what they look like now. Kind of reminds me of the Bible verse. The fields are white to harvest. This is on our way to Dalton. And whenever we go to Dalton, we always see beautiful fields, soybean, cotton. This is our neighbor, our closest neighbor, harvesting his soybeans. So I got a up close and personal view of the harvest season. He always does such a beautiful job. I'm always kind of in a hurry. I have a feeling of anxiousness, but when it's over, then it's barren. This is the Milo field and the cemetery hill before we started working on it. So this is the oldest cemetery plot in our family farm, and it is needing some help, as you can tell. This stone has 3 different names on it, so I'm kind of interested in learning about that. I like how it's located right next to the 11-Point River, so it's not maybe 10 steps away from the river's edge, and so you get to hear the rushing water, you know, as you're standing up there. It's really pretty peaceful place to be. I like to go up there and just think and talk to my ancestors, and it's the one place that you can relax and just be free. And the woods are beautiful, especially with the leaves falling. You know, they've just started falling. The next couple of weeks, we'll probably see the foliage turn orange and red and yellows. It's beautiful. This is where my great-great-great-grandparents, Pramila and Isham Alcorn, are buried on the farm. And they are the first ones that we know of that own this property. So, let's show you. It's a little bit grown up. I'm working on it and trying to make it more visible. We're going to take a little journey. We're going to see what Mike is up to. guys. Working on cleaning up some of the edges of the field. This is where my great-great-grandparents and grandparents are buried. We worked on that last weekend, which, can't tell it, but it really does look a whole lot better than it did.
Here we got the views. Mary's looking with a camera, seeing where we're thinking about putting our house. We've been back and forth on locations, and hopefully have the opportunity here. And as you can see, I'm out here on the tractor. The gentleman that has baled the hay off of the farm has left a few places that was quite undesirable for him to harvest for hay, which is understandable.
I call Mike my
pretty good sized little thorn trees
driver,
right there that I'm trying to go around and mow.
He would take a lot more chances than I would, that's for sure. But he was
try to at least
trained
keep it from growing up in thorns as well.
Driving a tractor.
Eventually, we hope
his dad was a row crop farmer,
to hire the gentleman or a gentleman to come in and maybe do some forestry mulching.
More used to the tractor driving than I am.
Look like I'm just weaving in and out of. I guess if this was in fast forward, it looked like I was doing a figure 8 racetrack here, but trying to clean up and get as close to those thorn trees as possible. I'll tell you what, them thorn trees let you know who's in charge too.
Yeah, that hay bale marks the spot where I want the house right there.
Yeah, that's what we're thinking. Yeah, and all of this right in here is the part that's been left to grow up, and here I come out of I was cleaning out a spot kind of in behind where I thought we might build the house, just to get a different point of view. It's pretty grown up.
You can see the tallest trees in the back. Those are the big oak trees that we like so much.
What we call the red oak field, which is mostly red oaks up there, which is on the other side of the fence row. It's just hard to see. But this is quite a chore. Right through here, somewhere, well, when you get up a little bit further up the hill here, the incline, it's all on hill, but I kind of get into a spot where it's pretty thick.
Well, this is where my heart went a little bit pity patter when he disappeared,
Yeah.
and all I could hear was the bing bang boom of the.
Bush hogs banging
Mm-hmm.
on the limbs that are way too big for me to be trying to cut, which it did anyway.
Yep.
Kind of rough on the mower.
There he goes.
Yep. But right in here, I think is where she decided to get hotter. She's so clogged up with all that smaller stuff that has the seeds is almost kind of like a cotton or something sort of. It clogged up the radiator. Once I got through that, I seen how hot it was, so I pulled out. And I had to look at the tractor and see what was going on.
I was just waiting for that orange glow. Just a little bit
Yeah,
of clementine. That's all I needed.
yeah. That's what we named the tractor, Clementine. Clementine had a workout this day, that's for sure. But there's the famous cemetery right to the left there was growed up pretty good. You can see it right there too. Kind of cleaned it up, so if we ever needed to get a hearse in there, we would be able to. Hopefully, a lot of cleanup going on. A lot of stuff over time has grown up. We're going to try our best to make it look like it used to. A lot of dust. Trying to get rid of all the stuff that got hung up on my grapple of it. So I was going through that massive stuff. I kind of put it down to kind of help protect my grill and keep it from growing up or going up in it. And I've already got a pretty good little ding in it. The tractor's really not that old. It's just got a little over 50 hours on it. But trying to make a home for ourselves, make it look beautiful. Looks beautiful even if it grows up. Just gotta look past the weeds sometimes. It's just fixing to start being fall and leaves coming. It seems to be more noticeable every day.
It feels so good out there.
Yeah.
Just the right temperature.
I could have just been sitting there and just perfectly fine with no motors running. It's just beautiful though. One of those days that, you always seem to be at work, it seems like sometimes, and you really would like to be off. That's one of those days that just have to fall on a weekend, thank goodness. Tried my little 50 horse tractor. It's not much for a lot of people probably in our area that we're living in now. 50 horses is just kind of like a glorified lawnmower for them, but it's pretty nice to have when you don't have one at all. A lot of dust. It's quite dry.
Well, I usually say that Mike's out there playing on his tractor, but he wasn't playing on this day. He was working.
I work every day on one tractor.
Well, he not only are we thinking about house, but we're really also thinking about putting a shop on that place too.
Well, put Clementine inside and take better care of it.
And where she's at right now is not the most ideal thing for keeping up with her and keeping her clean.
Just keep it out of sight for people that want to stick your fingers. So right there's a nice thorough rose bed, stuff like that. Everything, flowers, you name it. All kinds of bad stuff. Well, if we get it mowed down and try to stay after it, it looks good. Eventually we back to pasture land for cows or for hay or whatever takes place. You see an old dead tree down there, it'll probably eventually fall, need to be cut up and fucked up to make firewood out of.
It really didn't used to grow up like this fast. It was pretty simple to keep keep clean, or at least that's what I remember from when I was young.
It
It
looks
turned out
pretty.
beautiful.
Yep.
This is the relaxing part when we just get to sit at the river.
Water was really low. As you can see, there's a rock right out there. That rock is pretty scenery.
Well, well, it's time for us to go this week, and we hope that God is blessing your life. And we love you and take care.